All right, Cancer, welcome to Scouts Tarot, where curiosity and the divine align. Wow, okay, you already got your first card. This is your romance reading for the month of October for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We have the Eight of Swords energy. All right. This represents your energy going into a potential relationship, a current relationship. Just seeing how... this is very interesting. So the last few signs that I write for, there's been a lot of swords energy, a lot of communication. And I think because Mercury is going retrograde throughout October, that there may be some hiccups in terms of communication and just, feeling confident in how people communicate with one another, right? I don't know what sign Mercury is retrograding in, but it's always, some aspect of communication and, how we connect with, the people in our everyday lives, right? Yes, travel and the electronic equipments and stuff that we use, all that jazz. But, ooh, geez, flew right out. All right, so now we have the energy from your partner going into this relationship, and that represents the devil energy. Okay. All right, and last will be our third card. Okay, come on. All right, we have like several. We're gonna try this again. If the World card is the card that's meant to be, it will show up again. But we'll give it a minute. And the Six of Cups also came up, so I think those might be some past energies, or at least, because the Eight of Swords is the first one that comes up, that can represent like, feeling trapped in a relationship. And then the Devil card being your partner's energy going to this relationship, that they could, feel like they, what word am I looking for? Like almost like an anchor, right? Like they've also may feel like they've been tricked or trapped as well. Like whatever this relationship might be, Cancer, it does not feel like it's been in a healthy space. That maybe you've been lying to yourselves about what this relationship is, or that you feel like you started out somewhere good, Cancer, and now you're in a position where it's like, oh my God, now you don't know how to get out of this, right? And this double energy, to me, it doesn't necessarily represent like this person's like super out to get you or anything like that, or that they feel that they're causing trouble. I feel more like it's just, you may be in a position where you can't leave, right? And it could be that it's an unhealthy relationship. It could be that your finances are tied up or something like that. Like you can't walk away, is what I'm getting here. That you're chained together, right? And we see with the Devil card that there are two people chained in this aspect, whether it's through passion or because of what you thought was nourishment, what you thought was good for you, and vice versa, what they thought was good. Like, oh wow, this is a really great connection, and now it's like, oh crap, now we really can't leave, because if you leave, I won't have a place to live. If I leave, you won't have a car, like things like that. And that you may be, blinding yourself or hiding your, the truth from yourself, and you may not be able to have a healthy communication here. I feel this is more of a current relationship than a future relationship. I think if it's a future relationship, that you may find that this person, like a deal with the devil type thing, right? Like you may try to hide yourself, the truth from yourself, like that this person probably isn't good for you, or that they can represent like a toxic aspect of your past. And by coming together, you may, and this is the energy that represents your connection, is a Hierophant, which can represent like tradition, right? It can represent the, how we normally approach a relationship. And I think that it could be a marriage aspect, right? Like you might be married to each other, and you may feel trapped in your relationship. They may have toxic tendencies in this relationship, but because you're again that trapped energy, that connectivity, I feel like you may find yourself in a position where you can't easily leave. Either your finances are tied together, you're actually married, or that you you know, you live in the same house, you work in the same job, or something like that. There's some connective tissue here that resides in traditional connections where you might feel trapped, and they realize that it's unhealthy for them, or it didn't go with the whatever you were getting out of this relationship at the start is no longer what you're getting out of it now, or at least what they're getting out of it now, Cancer. That's tough. It's a tough space, especially if you start from a space of love and connectivity, that it may be hard to see that truth, that actually maybe we aren't good together anymore. Maybe this isn't as good as we thought it was going to be. And if this is a future relationship that both of you guys may be trying to ignore, that, there's some toxic tendencies here that we may have, like I said, that deal with the devil energy, but like, maybe it'll work out. Maybe it won't be so bad, and you're trying to lie to yourself. And that Hierophant energy of like, babe, look, when it comes down to it, when it's time to like start paying bills, or you got to show up and showcase your relationship to like family, friends, whatever it is, the public, that, those traditional spaces of where you showcase your love, that people may be like, whoa, what stuff? And while, yeah, you shouldn't let other people decide what your relationship is, if they're like, ma'am, is he stealing all your money? Or, sir, is she just ruining your job by making you late, or whatever it is? She, he, they, them, whatever, whichever pronouns most resonate with you, take it. Whatever doesn't, leave it. But let's get some advice here, Cancer, because this is heavy, and I want to make sure that the Lovers Oracle deck here does present you with some advice, a pathway either to a better space where you guys are healthy towards each other, or a file click, exit strategy here. So let's see. I'm in my magic, spiritually aligned. What advice, do we have for Cancer? Celestial Divine. Okay, these are heart-shaped cards, and they do not sit well, but let's see what we're working with here. So, there we go. It says, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. Oh, right. The first thing I thought of was this devil energy, right? Of like, when you do a deal with the devil, what are you normally dealing away? It's your soul, right? A piece of your soul, if not the whole damn thing. And the universe is presenting to you this option of, if this isn't serving you, why are you holding on to it, right? If you could do anything, if you could be, the blessed lover in a sacred union, is that the energy that you have here? Is that what you're feeling right now? Like, what would you want to be in this partnership? What would you want your partner to be, right? If you could do anything, what would it be? And it shouldn't be, well, I think it could be something like this. It's not a thinking aspect, right? It's a feeling aspect. It's emotional, and that's why it's asking you to think through your heart and not through your mind, Cancer. That sure, you may be trying to lie to yourself that it's not so bad with this Eight of Swords energy, that, maybe if I just don't look, I won't see like what popped into my head was like, this person's like a hoarder, right? And they have like just piles and piles of like clothes and knickknacks and whatever it is all throughout the house. And you're like, it's not so bad, even though this is toxic, right? It's hurting you. And even though you're married, you live together, you have this strong connection that maybe in the past it was built on a foundation of love, that you're lying to yourself. And this person, either they recognize that energy or not, that they may be the toxic component in your partnership. And so the Lover's Oracle is asking you, like, if you could change anything, what would you change, right? And would it be the person? Would it be your connection? Would it be, the place in which you live? And it's not because it wants you to think about it, it wants you to feel about it and to think about it from your heart. Like, what's the best way for you guys to rekindle your partnership if it can be saved? And I think that by addressing these underlying issues, that that is affecting your partnership, affecting the foundation of your relationship, you'll be able to step forward, Cancer, and you'll know what to do based on how it makes you feel. Whew, all right. I hope that resonated. You know, take what resonated, leave behind what did not. This was, you know, it's a tough reading, but at the same time, sometimes you need that toughness, especially in the month of October with Mercury going retrograde, that this is a time to reflect, to look at patterns, to look at the opportunities that you know, may present themselves to you, an opportunity to change and an opportunity to heal. So that's your reading, Cancer. I hope everything works out. Feel free to, you know, like, share, subscribe, as well as comment. Let me know how you guys, you know, how you all are doing. And I will see you in November.